frog? Is that a lion? Oh, it's Barrookie bringing you another video about deep squatting. Yo, what up? Welcome to Barrookie. So kind of a low light video, but here it's nice and quiet, hopefully. So let me talk to you about deep squatting. So if we take a look at babies or people from African tribes, what we see is when they go into a resting position, when they go out of standing, their natural resting position is the deep squat. So why do I want to bring this up? So these primitive kind of type of people are showing us how our body is meant to operate on a natural level. So the body has a tendency to naturally go into a deep squat position instead of sitting on a chair as we do. So in this video I am going to bring you 5 benefits of deep squatting, and I'm also going to learn you how to do it. So first of all, the deep squatting position is much more beneficial than just sitting for eliminating muscle imbalances. For example, when you're sitting on a chair, your hip flexors are slightly flexed and slightly relaxed, so they're in that middle kind of position. So they tend to cramp up really badly. Think about, for example, doing chin-ups. The beginning position is very easy, just to hang. Then going up is very hard, and holding yourself up there is kind of easy. So imagine you holding yourself like this, like in the middle position. Your muscle starts to tremble and it's all going to be very difficult. Well, that is what your hip flexors are kind of when you're sitting. Also, your glutes are getting stretched out, so they become weak, they become inactive. What tends to happen is that the lower back will take over some of the function of the glutes, so you get lower back issues and your glutes are fairly weak. So when doing deep squatting positions, we eliminate that intermediate and we go for hips like in a full flexion. For glutes we go into a nice and complete stretch. So it's very beneficial to eliminate muscle imbalances. Benefit number 2 is increased ankle mobility. So the ankles get rarely flexed into a flexed position, but when holding the deep squat you really need that ankle mobility, otherwise you will fall backwards. So you really get some mobility going in those ankles. So benefit number 3 is increased hip and knee flexibility. So in our day-to-day life we tend to go only from 90 degrees, that's sitting, to 180 degrees, that's standing, with our hips and knee joints. So when we're into a deep squatting position we go below the 90 degrees and somewhere in between 0 and 90 degrees. So what that means is you really use the full range of the full potential of your hips and knees, and that keeps them flexible, and you can't go wrong with that. Benefit number 4, my favorite, deep squatting is a nice lower back stretch. If you hold it for a couple of minutes you can really feel the relief of tension in your lower back. So benefit number 5, right, is the increased strength of our hips, because we have to stabilize ourselves. The deep squat position for most people is not the most comfortable, not the most easy position to hold because of the tightness, because of the imbalances we have. But when holding it you really strengthen those hips, you create hip abduction, and you also create external rotation, which puts your hip joint in a nice and stable position. So having that is a great way to keep your hips healthy. So now you're probably wondering, how do I get that awesome deep squat? Please teach me. Well, don't worry, I will. In order for it to be a proper deep squat, or also called a Slavsquat, your heels need to touch the ground. So that makes it the most stable position. When you're on your toes only, you tend to have a Western spy squat. You don't want that. Also put a lot of stress on your knees. Next thing, you want to keep your torso as upright as possible. Might be hard in the beginning, but you'll get used to it. When you tend to fall backwards, that's one of the issues that I had in the beginning. You just hold yourself to a pole or something in front of you so you can counterbalance that. And by moving a little bit into that squatting position, you really get the hang of that. And eventually your hips will loosen up a little bit and you get comfortable in that position. Try to do it now and then, maybe after workout, just sit in a deep squat position, or maybe during the resting periods of your workouts, just sit in a deep squat position. It's all nice and dandy. So I thank you so much for watching. Hope you liked this video, hope you learned something. I hope the lighting was good. I hope so. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, share it with your friends, do all that good stuff, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!